What's up, growers? Alrighty, man, let's get into this here. We got the Hygrohub T300. This here is a wet and dry trimmer, electric wet and dry trimmer from Hygrohub. And this thing is super sweet, man. You want to talk about, this thing is going to save me so much time this year. And this is one of the reasons why I decided to grow big plants this year and go as big as I could possibly go. Actually, you know, I probably could have went just a little bit bigger, but you know, I didn't exactly want to push it. But yeah, this is the reason why I decided to go with some bigger plants this year, because this came my way and I decided, yeah, we got to put this thing to the test. We got to check it out, man. This is going to save me so much time, countless hours I've been spending trimming, endless hours, no more. No more, none of that. Yeah, man, check it out. All right, so let's get into this here, the T300 from Hygrohub. This is a fully electric trimmer. This will do wet trimming, this will do dry trimming, and yeah, let's go over it just a little bit. And we got the blade down here. It's a blade adjustment here that'll adjust your blade up and down for different cutting, so a little bit more precise cutting, blah blah blah. This also has a 5-piece cutting system in it, so this will cut your flower and trim your flower 2.5 times faster. So awesome, very, very cool. Anyways, this has a little collection bin here, so this is where all of your finished flower will fall into once you remove this door. So when we got it running, we put the flower in it. Pretty much, you're gonna put your flower in it, and after your flower looks to be trimmed up, or you're happy with it, then you're gonna go ahead and release this door, turn up the speed just a little bit, and let it go ahead and just flick the flower into your little collection bin here. Once it's in there, and go ahead and release that and let your flower fall into your collection container of choice. Now down here, this netting down here, this is going to collect all of our trim and stuff like that, all of our debris, everything that we don't want. So everything's just going to fall through there and actually be sucked through there too as well. So this does create like a pretty good little like suction vortex thing going on. So it's really drawing air through and stuff like that. So you can actually change the suction vortex. You can change it. Why you would want to change it, I don't know, but by opening and closing the lids and stuff like that. Maybe it trims a certain way, a different way. I'm not sure. Maybe it helps get the leaves off. I'm not exactly sure. We're gonna have to test this out and figure this out. And you know what? I definitely have plenty of plant out there to figure it out. So hey, let's check out inside here. So we got the little silicone fingers in there that are gonna knock your flowers around and kind of brush them around, and then the cutting blades are down underneath here. So this grate here. Let me switch hands. So this grate here is actually for wet trimming itself. So if we remove this, I'm sorry, no, this one here is for dry trimming. And if we remove this, then it's set up to be for wet trimming. So this has another grate that's underneath it that's fixed in there and stays in there. So if you're dry trimming, you just want to put this in there. And this is all easily, you can just detach it by taking that off. This entire thing lifts off, and you can just very simply just reach down in there and pull that grate out, and you're all set up and ready to go for wet trimming. Put the top back on, and you're good to go. So we're gonna test it all. I'm gonna test it all with my plants here. We're gonna try some with wet while they're wet, and we're going to try most of it while it's dry. I prefer my stuff while it's dry. I've never done wet trimming at all, so I'm really not too sure exactly how it's really going to be. I also do have to do a lot of flower washing this year too as well, so we got to make sure that that is fully dry before it goes in there. But we want to make sure it's still wet, you know what I mean? So that way we can actually see what it's like to actually wet trim. I will probably be using this unit for some of my indoor grow, but not much of it. My indoor grow stuff, I actually prefer to do hand trimming because it's a little bit better quality than what, you know, tends to be outside. And the environments are just in check a little bit more and a little bit more controlled. So yeah, it's a little bit better quality. So I tend to take care of my indoor flowers a little bit more. Hand trimming will do that just a little bit more. But when it comes to trimming up pounds and pounds and pounds, which is what we're going to be doing, this is definitely gonna come in handy. So yeah, fully stainless steel body, easy to clean, super simple. I mean, very easy to clean. This thing should be a breeze to clean. I mean, it literally comes apart so easily. All right, let's get into the details of the dials and stuff like that and what's what. So we got the power cord over here, this power cord here. Now this power cord, I actually kind of wish that something else was done with this power cord. Maybe they bored a hole in the side and ran it out the side. Would have been nice. Instead, it kind of just like drapes down underneath here, and there's really not much you can do about it. So I kind of did the best that I could and just kind of brought like this part here out and made sure that the rest was in there and nothing was actually going to get caught up in any moving parts in there. Made sure that there was a good little loop, if you will. and everything was nice and secure and just wasn't gonna cause issues. Okay, but if you ask me, there should have been something else. This cord, something else should have been done with this cord. It should have been fixed underneath nice and neat and came out the side and maybe up to the unit here. But yeah, here is your main power cord here, so that pretty much just is like dedicated all by itself, and it screws in, and then little power supply box down there, and that's it. You're pretty much ready to go, ready to rock and roll. I mean, it literally took me no time at all to put this thing together. It was pretty much straightforward. Just the legs went on. It was pretty simple as to how they go on, and then the braces went on after that, then the bag went on after that, and that's it. It's pretty much good to go. Peel the plastic off. That was covering the plastic here, the protective film. Once you got that off, that's it, man. We're ready to go. Now, there is one thing I did notice about this unit, is that this unit will need to be cleaned before I get going on it. It is a little bit greasy on the inside, especially the cutting blades down there, and I'm sure that the blades itself, or the grates over the cutting blades, are very, very greasy. The inside of the bowl itself isn't too bad. It's just mainly those blades and the covers over the blades. So those all will have to be cleaned up before I get started on that. So just that, and just this wire here, honestly, my only big gripe about this, and then the fact that there are a few sharp spots on it, so you just want to make sure you're careful. Got me a couple times already. So, but anyways, let's check out the details here, or the controls, the details of the controls here a little bit as to what does what. So now that we got it all fully hooked up, fully powered up, and ready to rock and roll, we're going to go ahead and give it a test fire here. Let's check it out. So we got our power button here. So you want to make sure before powering this unit up, you want to make sure that everything is on stop. This is stop, forward, and reverse. Now this is here is going to control your fingers down here. And then this dial here is going to control the speed of your fingers. So you want to make sure that before powering this on, you're on stop. This is dialed all the way down before turning the unit on. So let's go ahead and power the unit on. The power will automatically cycle that blade down there. It'll rotate for a second, so you know you got power and you're ready to go. And then you want to go ahead and pick your direction for your fingers. Once you got your direction chosen, then go ahead and so by adjusting the dial, it will increase the speed. So the faster you go, the faster your flower is going to turn. The slower you go, the more gentle it's going to be. So my recommendation is when you're starting out with your flower, do it slow. Now, when you want your flower to start kicking out into the bend because it's done, go ahead and remove this here. Once you remove that, it's going to allow your flower to fall in here. Turn the dial up. We're going to make it go faster. That'll kick your flower out. Now, this other dial here is actually for the blade itself. Get the blade going as fast as you like. Get your fingers going. Get the blade adjustment. And that's it. Couldn't be simpler to use. I am super excited. This thing is gonna be awesome. But yeah, just some minor changes to this unit. I mean, you know, that could be made, but honestly, that's really no big deal. But this unit is solid, absolutely solid, absolutely nice. Everything is well built, well put together. No issues at all putting anything together. No issues at all with anything. It's ready to go. We are ready to go. Now all that I need now is for my plants outside to finish up, and we can do some trimming, man. Check this thing out and see how it works. But yeah, wet trimming, dry trimming, it'll do it all for us. But yeah, if you guys are interested in checking one out for yourself, I will leave a link down below to Hygrohub's website. You guys can go over there and check it out, man. I do know that they got these things on sale right now, and now is a really good time to pick one up. Harvest time's coming for everybody, man. If you don't want to be stuck in trimmer jail for hours and weeks on end and days on end, yeah, you might want to actually think about picking one of these up, because wow, this thing is going to save me a whole bunch of time, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to show you guys. But alright guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys all on the next video. Alright guys, have a good one.